Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm Angèle Cristina, relationship and empowerment coach, and today we're going to look at my New Year's resolution with a difference. Are you ready? So for many years, New Year's resolutions used to give me the creeps. I hated New Year's resolutions. I always felt that I could not fulfill whatever I decide that my resolution would be. Mostly because most of my New Year's resolutions had to do with, drumroll please, yep, weight loss. How many of us try to aim to lose weight or change the way they look in January? We are inundated with ads to change how we look, which I hate, and I will speak about this later. However, weight loss was so many times my New Year's resolution that since I've now changed my relationship with my body, I've also changed how I choose my New Year's resolutions. In the past, most of my New Year's resolutions used to make me feel guilty because I don't manage to fulfill them, and I also feel demotivated even though I would end the year motivated to lose X amount of kilos or do this every day or go run every day or do a certain type of exercise. I didn't manage or change my cuisine, change the way I eat. I never managed because I believe that a lifestyle is something that we can all hold into. Now, if you are watching this and you are in favor of diets or weight loss, I don't think here is for you, and actually you can unsubscribe. So when I mentioned ads, this is something that I don't know if you're currently already seeing on your feed or on your social media or on TV perhaps, or whatever you are watching or reading. And I used to get these ads every single year after Christmas, even before the New Year, but then an avalanche in January. Since then, I have actually decided to unfollow, unsubscribe, remove, delete any people or adverts that land in front of me, and I hide ad or I block ad and I choose that it's inappropriate so that I don't receive them anymore. And voila, 2021 is ending without ads. I have not received one to date that I'm recording this video. So I hope that you will also follow this if you are not interested in the world bombarding you to change the way you look. So I think you figured out by now that my New Year's resolution has nothing to do with the way I look, because finally, for my 40th birthday, I have finally embraced the way I look. I love it, and I love my body that takes me through every day, ups and downs, pandemics, good days, swimming days, cuddle days, all of them. Thank you, body, for everything you've done for me for these past 40 years. So now, my style of New Year's resolution is something that is going to serve me, something that is going to make me a better person for myself and for those around me. If you follow me on social media, you realize that I like speaking energy terms, and I call it being in alignment, which means something that matches what is good for me for my near future. So I do choose resolutions, and I have chosen resolutions that are going to serve me and my purpose and passion moving forward over the next 6 months, perhaps, maybe a year, but I don't put myself a target with regards to for how long I will do this, because sometimes that actually does not help me and it makes me give up quicker. So my New Year's resolution is, drumroll please, to allow myself to feel all the feelings. Wow. I've given this a moment of thought or two, and it took me a while to come to this conclusion, to pick this as my New Year's resolution. However, I know that moving forward in my life, where I'm currently standing and where I'm looking towards, I know that this is something that will definitely serve me. As a child, I was brought up in an environment where crying was not really encouraged or welcomed, but not only in my family, but as society in general. We were never taught to let out those emotions emotions. We didn't know that it's healthy to have a good cry. We always try to suppress those negative emotions, those thoughts that crop up, those fears perhaps, and you can't be afraid and you shouldn't be this and you shouldn't feel those things, and let's aim to be happy and bubbly. And I was like that for numerous years. I was in my 30s when finally I started to realize that me having suppressed emotions over a long stretch of time is actually not doing me any good. And finally I opened Pandora's box, and there I was bawling and crying for days on end. Why? Because of course if you suppress something in and throw it under the carpet for a very long time, it's still there. It doesn't just vanish. It doesn't just go away. Emotions don't vanish. Unfortunately, emotions might even create unwellness in the body, but I'm not going to go into it today. So all these built up emotions were in a certain place in my body, and when I started to allow myself to go there, to tiptoe around those instances in my life that were sad, that were disappointing, that were frustrating, that perhaps made me angry, of course, all the emotions started coming out. So when I was going through this journey, someone taught me something that stuck with me, and I would like to share it with you today. Us humans are like batteries. There's a plus side, but there's also the negative side. And for the circuit to actually work, we need both, or else the light doesn't switch on. I don't want to go into physics at all, but to me, that really made sense. We are like a battery. We need the plus and the minus for us to function and be balanced human beings. And that genuinely blew my mind. It really stuck with me, and now it's with me for around 4 years. And every time a certain emotion comes up that was discouraged when I was younger or when I was a young woman, I try to now sit with it and see why it's showing up, try to heal from it, try to let go, whatever. Of course, I try to coach myself through it. So this 2022, I am giving myself permission to feel all the feels. If I'm feeling slow, if I'm feeling slightly depressed or more depressed, I mean, we've all lived what we've been living. If I'm feeling tired, sad, frustrated, angry, lonely, if I am feeling powerless, if I am feeling afraid. For example, I know fear is something that for me crops up often because that was my go-to emotion when I was growing up. I am now going to allow myself to feel those feelings. I am not here promoting those feelings, and I'm not telling you to sit with it for 2 months and stay with that sad emotion. No, I am not saying that at all. However, I am saying that if you do hear a song, if you do watch a movie and it upsets you, please cry. Please let it out. Please go punch the pillow. If you hold that in, it's not going to do anyone any good. You or the people around you. So perhaps this might give you an idea of a New Year's resolution for yourself to finally start addressing and allowing yourself to feel all the emotions. And of course, I am talking about all the emotions. So of course, I'm also going to allow myself to feel joy, excitement, empowerment, hope, any of those other emotions that usually we always allow ourselves to feel. I know that there's a term nowadays that is called toxic positivity. And in fact, I feel that that is my version of it, that you do not need to always be positive all the time, but do allow yourself to feel all the feels, feel those emotions, the higher vibration emotions and lower vibration emotions. Notice that I didn't say the good emotions and the bad emotions, because they are all good for us, and us as human beings feel them for a reason, and thus you will feel more complete, more wholesome, and anything that is going on within you, you give it permission to come out and also be felt. Before we continue, I would like to remind you to like this video, click that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload one of these videos, which is every week on a Friday. And also don't forget to subscribe and join my beautiful community. And for the Maltese word of the day, I'm going to teach you how to say the word to feel. The verb to feel In Maltese is in hos. In hos. Thank you so much for watching. I do encourage you to choose New Year's resolutions, if you do them at all, that bring you joy, that make you a better version of yourself. And don't forget, you do you, because no one else matters.